The past year's challenges have revealed who we are in Iowa. Our communities and our businesses face the hardships of the COVID-19 pandemic and derecho with smart, strategic thinking and true Iowa grit. They adapted and they dared to dream big. Iowa will not only recover from this pandemic, we will grow and we will thrive. Our downtowns will continue to play a key role as we build a better Iowa.
The challenges of 2020 became an opportunity for Iowa communities to shine. Our network of downtowns, traditional commercial districts, and neighborhoods demonstrated leadership, pride, creativity, and resilience like never before. At the beginning of 2020, our network, like so many others, were prepared for a great year of strengthening Iowa's economy through its revitalization efforts. Little did we know that this same approach and strategy would be the foundation for Iowa's social and economic response, support, and shift towards recovery. As the initial shock of the pandemic began to settle in, a clear pattern developed in all of Iowa's communities. This was an all-hands-on-deck moment, and community leaders and residents were making the deliberate decision to band together to get through this.
It was like putting together a puzzle without knowing what the picture looked like. And we were getting so much information from so many different sources, and we were trying to interpret that information and get it out in the best possible way to our community, all while considering the consequences of our program's decisions.
While many things appeared to be on pause, Main Street programs connected with communities and businesses in new ways. Communities like Lansing, Sac City, and Corning use virtual means such as emails and video chats to connect residents and businesses to funding sources, technical information, and share updated public health recommendations. In Newton, the Main Street program launched the Newton Strong campaign to rally emotional support for the challenges ahead. Everywhere you looked, there was new information. The challenge became how to distill this information and use it to make decisions about whether to cancel community events or how to make changes to allow them to continue safely. Another focus of 2020 became strengthening relationships with local business owners to provide them with support when making their own decisions, many of which were critical to making ends meet. In Burlington and Waverly, local partners researched and developed reopening guidebooks for local businesses and provided targeted education for businesses to safely operate throughout 2020. These safe operating actions enhanced restaurant takeout practices, created retail curbside pickup, and introduced many shoppers and businesses alike to Facebook Live shopping nights and reservation-based private shopping. While not all COVID business practices will remain into the future, it is safe to say that the pandemic did change how many local businesses will operate in 2020 and beyond.
Last year, it was especially important that we show our support to the business community. On the flip side, they had to find new ways to get to their customers and to broaden their reach.
Creativity was critical. Communities reinvented how they came together to support the community. In Washington, the Main Street program's Quarantine Kitchen became a fun way to support local business, safely gather with community members, and create a chef-inspired meal, all from the comfort of your own kitchen. In Mount Vernon, the Community Development Group shifted their landmark Chalk the Walk festival to a virtual event, engaging hundreds of people throughout the state in this annual festival of the community's creativity. And in Avoca, it became clear that food scarcity was quickly becoming a local challenge. They adapted their annual long table fundraiser into a drive-through community meal night. This not only engaged the community in this time of isolation, it also maintained its food purchasing support for local restaurants and farmers. Quickly adapting to changing conditions, Dubuque Main Street's Farmers Market team partnered with local nonprofits, 10 different city departments, and all market vendors to safely implement the market throughout 2020. This public-private collaboration shifted key elements to ensure safety, access, and economic feasibility.
In the end, the Dubuque Farmers Market is not simply an event. It is a critical point of access for fresh food to many residents. a point of economic livelihood for local producers, and even throughout 2020 was a point of community pride.
By the summer, everyone was exhausted by the barrage of information, Zoom meetings, business closings, and summer events canceled. And as this fatigue set in, much of Iowa was forever changed by the unforeseen and disastrous August 10th derecho. Iowa's land hurricane created widespread devastation in hundreds of communities throughout the state. This, on top of all of the other challenges thrown our way. In communities like Clarence, Story City, Cedar Rapids, and State Center, community partners again adapted to changing conditions to activate residents to respond and recover from the storm's aftermath. One of the communities hardest hit was Marion. Uptown Marion, in collaboration with many local public and private partners, came together to support their community and downtown business district in ways they never imagined. Safely delivering food, clearing thousands of downed trees, and reconnecting with business owners to ensure they could again operate safely.
2020 was a really tough year for our Main Street businesses, but what really got them through was their entrepreneurial spirit and their willingness to roll up their sleeves from day one.
The last part of the year ushered in a renewed sense of commitment and support of local business. Entering the holiday shopping season, communities like Hampton and Elkader enhanced Shop Local campaigns, while New Hampton and Mount Pleasant adjusted community events, and new social media campaigns across the state focused on local business support and community engagement. In Waterloo, tourism partners introduced the Hall on the Wall campaign, playing off the Elf on the Shelf holiday activity. In this case, an elfed version of the local tourism director, Tavis Hall, was captured supporting businesses throughout downtown. This simple and fun effort cost only $25, but created thousands of online interactions and sales. The holiday season also reflects the importance of tradition, ritual, and celebration in our communities. Holiday events bring people downtown. They help support local retail shopping, and for many, have a sense of nostalgia that reminds us of our community spirit and pride. An important visitor to many communities' holidays events is jolly old St. Nick, and his visits to Iowa's downtowns definitely look different this year. From greeting kids from the bank teller line in downtown Colfax, to socially distant Santa House adaptations, and greeting hundreds of families in holiday reverse parades around the state. Like our Main Street and Community Development Network, Santa is persistent.
The successes that we were able to achieve in this past year are due to the partnerships that we were able to strengthen and create.
As we continue to turn the page from 2020's realities and look towards recovery and growth, it is important to step back from our daily routines to reflect on those points of success from the last year and to celebrate the local leadership and business owners who help support and sustain our communities through these challenging times. It has been a long year and a half, full of powerful emotions, life-changing events, and new perspectives on how we can positively impact our communities through strong relationships, collaboration, and focused, priority-driven action. The spring of 2021 has been defined by optimism, and organizations like yours and leaders like you are translating this optimism and hope into action. The term adaptability is defined as the capacity to be modified for new use or purpose, with the quality of being able to adjust to new conditions. The ability to adapt to changing conditions is always a characteristic of successful, sustainable communities and revitalization programs. 2020 challenged all of us to be adaptable each day, and Iowa's resilient response to those challenges will forever define our success into the future.